I will do a short video to tell you about my one-of-a-kind weed cutter. Those of you who watched the video of my leaf collector heard of my problems with deer and the weed issues that resulted from their damage. This video of my weed cutter shows more of my efforts to deal with this problem. I always use a string trimmer to cut the weeds on my ivy-covered banks, but now with more weeds and 80-year-old bones, I had to find a better way. I had fallen several times when my feet got caught in the ivy vines. I had to stop taking those chances. It is true that necessity is the mother of invention. The solution I've come up with is faster than a string trimmer, is much easier to use, and I can stay off the banks completely. I began by buying a Black & Decker HT22 hedge trimmer with a 22-inch cutting bar and two 24-inch bicycle wheels and forks. The frame is made mostly of 1-inch and 1.5-inch square tubing, which is 14 gauge wall thickness, which is about 75 thousandths of an inch. I provided for a lot of height adjustment, but I find that I only need two settings, one for the ivy and one for the other ground cover and for general weed cutting. I set the height just above the ivy for the best results. No modifications were necessary to the hedge cutter except for the removal of the plastic handle and guard. I mounted the trimmer on two 1/2-inch thick aluminum blocks drilled and tapped for 1024 Allen head cap screws through 4 existing holes in the cutter bar. I added a third bracket with a wire tie to help support the motor and to hold the on-off switch in the on position. An extension cord plugs into the hedge trimmer. I begin by cutting from the bottom of the bank with the long handle. I use the short handle to clean up the top of the bank and for cutting flat areas. The cutter cuts on the forward and the return motion. I'm sure I'm not the only person with banks that need to be cut. It seems strange that there's nothing on the market made for this purpose. I'm guessing that I have less than $175 in this project, including about $60 for the trimmer itself. I hope you find some ideas that are useful.